righty. Parri Sontag is a self-described chocolate cake-loving semi-professional dieter with a passion for musical theater. Whether on stage or wielding her pen, her mission in life is to make you smile. Here to read leisure suits, braces, and beanies, My Life as a Dodgeball Target, please welcome Parri Sontag.
Hard as I've tried, my attempts at being cool have never gone well. My mother passed when I was 10, leaving me to learn the fine art of being a woman from my grandma. Gram gave me solid values that emphasized the importance of hard work and education. Unfortunately, she also picked out my clothes. So while my 6th grade comrades sported the bell bottoms with cool smiley face patches, I showed up in a red and white checked dress with a blue smock and a bow on the ass, looking like me and Half Pint were ready to go pick wildflowers for Ma. For years, Gram was the one who took me for haircuts, steering me toward a short, manageable pixie. I tried to cover it with cool accessories, like my Girl Scout beanie, and a denim hat that flipped up to say, Dynamite! I so wanted to be one of the happening few, but I was fighting a losing battle. I was a chubby kid who came from a family that encouraged me to wear my orthodontic headgear outside to play. I remember getting it in my head that if I could just be allowed to wear dungarees to school and score a Keep On Streakin' t-shirt, my popularity would snowball from there. But my Iranian dad thought jeans were improper and the streakin' tee was pornographic. So in my lace-trimmed anklets and Mary Janes, I skipped into school each day in a baby doll dress and a cardigan button to the top. All I was missing was a pair of eyeglasses on a chain. 7th grade. I still couldn't wear jeans to junior high, but Gram did buy me a wardrobe of pantsuits that made me look like I was ready to hit the mahjong tables at Century Village. Mint and green cantaloupe-colored leisure suits that secured my spot as the gym dodgeball target. Needless to say, I never received an invitation to any of the cool boy-girl parties so popular among the prepubescent crowd. No one wants to go 7 minutes in heaven with the fat kid with the Peter Pan hair and a fruit-colored polyester suit. As a break from school humiliation, I spent my summers at Jewish sleepaway camp in the Catskills. Now, camp posed an even bigger problem than school because your bunkmates got to see you naked. Back in the 1970s, sleepaway meant group showers. There was one-tiled room with shower heads on every wall, and we had to soap up under the judgmental stares of our peers. My boobs, I discovered, were way behind my bunkmates. While some of them had already grown luscious tomatoes, mine were just starting to sprout. Shari Berger took one look at my poofed out nipples, pointed and laughed, "Ew, they look like suction cup darts!" And for the rest of the summer, that was my name. Suction Cups. Suction Cups likes you, Shari told Robbie Agalov on Sadie Hawkins' Day. That was the day the girls had to chase the boys and catch a partner for the camp carnival. When the horn sounded and the boys got a head start down the hill, Robbie bolted from me like a warthog running from a cheetah. The next year, I decided to reinvent myself. I lost 30 pounds on tab and lettuce and was hell-bent on returning to camp as one of the popular kids. The night before I boarded the bus, I decided to up my game and tweeze my eyebrows. I wasn't going to win a spot among the cool kids looking like Frida. So I perched myself in front of the bathroom mirror and started plucking. And that's when I thought, I'm half Jewish and half Iranian. I'm going to be standing here till the Messiah comes. Why can't I just shave these? Moments later, I'm seated on my green shag carpeting with a mirror in one hand and a razor in the other. I carefully position my Bic disposable and touch down, ready to roll. And then the phone rang. I turned to answer it and shaved off half my eyebrow. Fortunately, it grew back before high school, and I got yet another chance at reinventing myself. I tried to up my game with tight black velvet banana peel pants, red lipstick, and some of John Travolta's hottest moves. But every boy I liked asked out my best friend, who had dimples and a Captain and Tennille haircut, including the tall, dark, and handsome Corey Goldstein, whose name I wrote on the dream date card of my mystery date game. Well, I had dimples too, darn it. The only problem was they were cockeyed, one perfectly positioned next to my smile, and the other sitting on the apple of the opposite cheek right under my eye. Let me just say that a cheekbone dimple is like an ass dimple. It's basically facial cellulite. And for it to show, I have to wink like Popeye. In the evenings, I practiced my suck-in-the-cheek supermodel look in the mirror, tipping my head slightly while contorting my eyes into deep, mysterious pools of seduction. Yeah, years later, my husband told me that look made me look like a serial killer. For all 3 years of high school, I tried to get Corey's attention to no avail. He never saw me for the smoldering woman I could be until after graduation. A group of us were out to dinner, and my stepmother told me when you're out with a guy you like, you should move the candle closer to you so your eyes twinkle. So I tried it, hoping Corey would notice my sparkle as he laughed at my jokes and admired my new do, one of those fashionable side ponytails that had my finally long hair cascading down one shoulder. Well, as the candle flickered closer to my face, I was engrossed in clever conversation with the man of my dreams. I hardly noticed when the appetizers arrived or that in making room for the potato skins, the waitress had moved the candle even a little closer to my already twinkling eyes. Eyes that were admiring Corey, as I imagined how our children would inherit his olive complexion, both of our brown eyes, and my one good dimple. And then, in a moment, right out of my dreams, he reached for me. And I swear I could hear Roberta Flack crooning the first time ever I saw your face, as his manly fingers approached my face and his soft lips uttered my name. Parri, oh my God, your hair's on fire! He shrieked, smacking my ponytail with his napkin. And just like that, my dreams of Corey and our babies went up in smoke. My most intimate encounter ever. And I didn't even get a stop, drop, and roll. To this day, I remain the poster child for the awkward moment. I try, I do. But I'm the woman who gets all gussied up only to walk out of the ladies' room with toilet paper trailing from her shoe. And at least once I just may have walked through a restaurant with my pantyhose tucked into my designer dress. No, my dress tucked into my pantyhose. I never stopped loving Corey Goldstein. My daughter and husband have heard these stories a million times. When I brag about him being a successful dentist, they roll their eyes. We know, they say, mocking me. He used to call you Freckles. But that's okay, because when I think of Corey, I remember my life post-headgear, post-leisure suits, post-pixie cuts, when for a brief flicker in time, I was smoking. Literally. Thank you.